Hello everybody, welcome to this evening's live stream that I'm going to be doing here. I want to start off by saying hope that you are all very well. Obviously we've had some pretty big news over in the UK. Literally less than half an hour ago we've been told that we are in full-on lockdown now, so you're not allowed to leave your house. If you do leave the house you will face like a fine. There's obviously certain instances where you're allowed to leave, like we'll run for once a day. These are the specific ones here if you want to like pause and read, but obviously the whole coronavirus situation is becoming very real, a bit kind of scary, I suppose. Somewhat scary anyway. And yeah, it's just like this real feeling right now that it's like, nobody is really safe, and it's like one of those feelings, you can have all the money in the world, but this thing is like it's gonna take, it's there for everybody. It's like real, just feels really surreal right now. Like I've never experienced anything like this, and so I'm going obviously focus on technical analysis, like what could this potentially do to the markets. I think that's like really interesting. It's with Bitcoin is amazing. Okay, so Bitcoin is potentially look at the Fed. They're releasing like unlimited amounts of money, saying that they have unlimited amounts of money to like tackle, but you have to just think that is kind of a positive for Bitcoin. That is kind of why Bitcoin was made. So like the fundamentals right now for Bitcoin are like, it's shining like a massive light on Bitcoin, I think. And I just want to pause this a second. Come on guys. So I just like it. Come on, what's this ratio? I think we can get more dislikes going like this. Let's get as much dislikes as possible. Come on everybody, you all know you want to dislike this video. What I was going to say is, it's just like fully, it's kind of good for Bitcoin somewhat, because, this is kind of why Bitcoin was made. It's, I'm not a fundamental guy by any stretch of the means, but, being a trader, I obviously know a little bit about, the fundamentals of Bitcoin, but, I understand that this is like one of the reasons why it was made, because of the inflation. I saw myself on video then, and my hair right now is like, oh my God, what is going on? Might put on a cap. Yeah, that's a bit better. Get my bed head. As you can tell, I'm literally like on some serious drugs right now. I've got like a really big, pretty bad, like sick throat. I'm not really sick, but I'm a bit sick, so I'm having to take like antibiotics and stuff to hopefully get better soon. And in the meantime, I can just give you some extra live streams. But yeah, what was I going to say? I was going to say, before I loaded up that screen, I was going on about the fundamentals. Obviously this is kind of why Bitcoin was meant, against the inflation. You cannot just make a load of new Bitcoins. It's kind of like a fixed amount, that's how much there is, and period. Whereas the Fed are like just printing more money, one would assume, like hyperinflation. It's pretty crazy what's going on. So fundamentally we can say that this is kind of good news for Bitcoin, and yeah, that's all I would say. Like fundamentally, this is kind of why Bitcoin was built. And you have to look, and this is a pretty crazy, massively low wick. We've never seen a wick so big in Bitcoin. So if you can get the month to close out, obviously there's still over a 1 week and 1 day left. But this is a lower wick of 76% lower wick. If you can get this back above 7,200 and you have 100% lower wick, that's a pretty insane lower wick, and it would look good for the months to come. Seeing that, obviously it's still a bit of a stretch. We don't know. But we can speculate right now, if Bitcoin closes the month, okay, so the month of March above 7,200, that's going to look a really bullish long lower wick, okay, especially with the fundamentals that could potentially drive this market. You never know how far, Bitcoin is so irrational, okay, it's so irrational, this market, it can literally go, we could end the year at all-time high sort of thing. It's kind of this asset which is so unpredictable, at times on the macro scale like this, so unpredictable, because we could also end this month at 2,000, so that's just the nature of the beast that we trade. And I absolutely love to trade it, but nevertheless it is kind of one of these, you can wake up and see it up 10% or down 10%. And generally we don't like to factor in the news when doing trading, but obviously the news recently, it's hard to deny, the news has had a very big effect on trades, So it's hard to deny the correlation between coronavirus and the markets in general, and how Bitcoin could potentially go. as you all know, I'm not a die-hard fan so much of Bitcoin. I couldn't care less, to be honest, if Bitcoin goes to 1,000 or Bitcoin goes to 100,000. For me, it literally makes no difference. I'm a trader, and I'll I'll benefit on moves up or moves down. I couldn't care less, as you all know. But I am very much interested in Bitcoin, and I do see future potential for it, and I do see it like really good. Kind of, I guess, as a safe haven, the digital gold, as people like to say. But I do see this. I do see like the use cases of this, and it's really exciting, I suppose, this space that we're in, especially when you look at some of like the potential alts. So for instance, if we start seeing Bitcoin performing well, and the likelihood that some of the alts follow, it's there is a really big opportunity, I suppose, around the corner for some of the people that are more just fundamental based. Then lips must be like salivating at some of the opportunities that are possibly like coming up for them. But in the meantime, you have to look more sensibly at this and say there's still a hell of a lot of resistance to get through. So even locally, we've just come up and rejected a game from that 618. But it's kind of like this situation right now where it's, although the market it feels somewhat bearish. I'm not sure about all of you lot, but I do feel somewhat like bearish on Bitcoin, and I guess I'm somewhat influenced by like the stock markets. Okay, so when we see the stock markets just tanking and tanking and tanking, it's obviously that's you can't be bullish when you see the stock market like this. Okay, so that's obviously the S&P. If you come and look across at the UK stock market, okay, also just tumbling off of a cliff right now. If you take a look at some of the forex markets, take a look at the Great British Pound to the USD. Okay, so you can see this is also falling down extremely hard. And if you take a look at USD to the euros, USD or the euros to the USD. You can see how this is over the last few days. Actually, it's somewhat holding up a little bit, but generally, well, for myself anyway, my currency has fallen quite a bit. So that's obviously for me pretty important. But that's pretty interesting. Gold recovering today, really, really, really well. But that's because so if we do come back to the dollar, USD euro. Okay, it's holding up pretty well. I was expecting to see that a little bit more red today, to be honest. Nevertheless, just because of the fact that they're like printing a load of new dollars. But nevertheless, gold is recovering really, really well today. So that's pretty interesting to see. Gold up 3.6%, silver up 5%, Bitcoin up 10%, nearly 10%. So interesting times. I like to see that correlation. So that's really nice. Actually, they're all moving up together. So that leaves you, I think, in the intermediate term, all I would say is right now, I do have a feeling that Bitcoin is going to drop down lower. I mean, for me, this is a bit too much of a V-shaped recovery. I don't really like to see V-shaped recoveries so much. So for me, I would prefer like an accumulation range that goes on here, and we spend longer inside of this range, be it an accumulation or redistribution range. It's kind of irrelevant to me. I'd still like to see this range rather than going V-shaped. Just for like the sake of like quote unquote healthy market. It's never like so healthy to just V-shaped recovery, because you want to see like accumulation actually going on here rather than just taking off again. So I would favor just seeing this range bound for 2-3 months, to be honest. That would be my preferred scenario. But obviously, what I prefer is not going to be what happens. So we have to be able to react, able to trade off of everything that's happening. As you'll know, I'm running a challenge account, which I'll freely log into now. I'm running a challenge account, which is going really, really well. I'm not going to lie. So I'm doing this specifically for the champion members, really. But it's a 0.1 Bitcoin to 0.1 to what's the word I'm looking for? 0.1 to 1 Bitcoin challenge is essentially what I'm doing. Okay. So that's like the challenge that I'm going on here. I've just logged into it to show you. This is what the results are so far. If anyone's like interested in this, here's the refresh, because people love to say, I get the trolls over and over again. Oh, Daniel, you're just photoshopping all your results. Da, 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 da. I've heard it so many times, and it's just it's really funny. So there's the refresh for everybody that wants it. And obviously, I started this account at 0.1 Bitcoin. We now sit at 0.25 Bitcoin. So that is a 150% increase in literally 1 week. So that's pretty insane stats right there. And we are currently sat in this short position, as you know. You don't know because I've just shown you, but took a short. There's another 1% gain. I think I'll just close this out right now while on stream, just to take. Let's just like close it out. Why not? Should we just close this? Yeah, let's just. I'll manage that in a second. I'm not too bothered about managing this right now. Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to show you that, and I'll also show you some of the stats on the account because I think this is really interesting for some of the people that, I like to show these sort of things. Firstly, so obviously people can be like, to show you that, I'm actually a good trader. Secondly, just because some people, obviously they love to see these sorts of stats and. The evidence that people can actually do this. I suppose it's somewhat inspirational to see these sort of results, to be honest. So here are the results of the challenge account that I'm running. So 18 trades. I've only lost one trade. That's a 94.7% win rate. Okay, not many people can show you that sort of win rates with a 150% account gain. So that's obviously an extremely high win rate and an extremely high win rate, and also an extremely high percentage account. Okay, so 150% account increase in 1 week is pretty insane. Okay, and then that goes just to show you why one loss was a long position. Okay, it was a fairly big loss, I suppose, but nevertheless, I got one loss in there, and the rest is all wins. So that's the challenge account. That's one that I'm running for primarily the champions members, and it's something that I just enjoy doing. And a lot of the champions have also joined along, and they're running their own challenge accounts, so it's pretty interesting, everything that's going on right now with that. So that's just one thing that I wanted to start with, just to show you how that is going very, very nicely indeed. Okay, and this is pretty interesting. But obviously there's a lot of people that have just been thrown out of their jobs. So you might be in a situation right now where you have been thrown out of your job. You are jobless, okay? And so like trading right now it could potentially be like your only source of income. So to see so many people like thrown into the deep end, for me as a mentor, it's like really inspirational. Okay, it's really, really somewhat inspirational, somewhat just like a real big blessing to know that I have like I'm trying to think of the right word because I'm not using the correct words that I'd like to use. It's just really positive, I suppose. It's really like warm and nice feeling to know that I have a lot of people kind of depending on me. Obviously it ups the pressure for me, but I strive off of pressure. I love the pressure. I love the just the feeling of being able to help so many people, I suppose. And I receive messages daily of people saying that, I'm helping to change their lives. And it's just so crazy because, I just think back a few years when I wasn't on social media, period. And, to see like how I've come on in terms of, actually deciding to come out here and help people and seeing how well it's gone is for me personally, like really, really, it's joy. It's really joy. I don't know, really nice, warm feeling, I suppose. So, I'm thoroughly enjoying it right now, if I'm honest. It really is great. And I guess one other thing that I mentioned before I kind of start here is that you have to also think that, I won't go on to that. That's kind of for another video, I suppose. But yeah, so Bitcoin here, I guess it's looking pretty bullish. Okay, if we're honest, it's looking pretty bullish. That short up from there was more of like a scalp trade, because I do think that Bitcoin can push on higher here. Specifically if it claims 6,500. I think there's some really key supports that you want to be aware of. Resistances 7,200. If you claim 7,200, I believe we can easily push to 8,000. So that from here to 8,000, that is like another 26%. So Bitcoin can move 26% really easily. So you do want to be aware that the resistances are pretty small from where we are here. Doesn't mean we're going to push up there, but the resistances are pretty small. We have actually overcome the biggest resistance, so it's got the potential here to honestly push on 25% really, really, really quickly. So obviously you might, I'm not financial advice. Do your own research, do your own trading, do everything yourself. Honestly, please don't just like randomly follow me. But I do see the potential here of another 25%. So you have to ask yourself the question, like, is now a good time to buy spot? What are your viewpoints on spot? What's your viewpoints on the fundamentals of Bitcoin? Are they looking stronger right now with everything that's going on, or are you expecting the market to drag it down? Those are some questions I suppose that you kind of have to ask yourself, because I'm not a financial advisor to tell you what to do. But I think it's just a really crucial time. Firstly, to be positive. Okay, so one thing that I've done is we added in a psychology channel, which I think is lovely. So you can like pause the screen and read why we made this. But in a time of so much uncertainty, of a time of so much sadness, I suppose, or scaredness, panic, it's really nice to have like a positive community, a positive experience. And that is not just obviously trading, but also life in general. Probably one of the best ways, in my opinion, to stay healthy with a good immune system is to be positive. And I say that while taking this, but obviously I hope that you can kind of tell I'm a really positive guy. But so I guess it would be really nice if Bitcoin could push up, because generally speaking, everybody's more happy, in the general public when their stocks are doing well. So, I am definitely not against Bitcoin to push up here, and if we do, then I can see it moving up 25%, to be honest. So yeah, that's one thing you can kind of look for, because the push up should be fairly swift and very nice indeed. And I think the fundamentals are helping what could push it up, as well as the lack of resistance on the chart. Okay, the lack of resistance on that chart is pretty big. Let me read through some of these comments a second. Wow, there's so many comments. Thank you, everybody. Oh, hello, everybody. Hello. Wow. How many people do we have in here? That's a lot of comments. That's brilliant. Wow, 192 people. Oh, wow. Hello, everybody. I hope that you are all very, very well. It's brilliant to see so many people. We don't normally have this many people. So yeah, that's absolutely lovely to see. Tenemos españoles aquí, o gente que habla español. Muy bien. Viva el reggaeton. Honestly, I enjoy the haters now. As you all know, it used to affect me, but now I just think I honestly couldn't care less. I honestly could not care less. The amount of comments from people that try and troll me every day, I just laugh at it now. I honestly do just laugh at it. So I couldn't care less, if I'm honest. Smash that dislike button, everyone. Oh wow, that's really cool. This guy, shout out to JB, following me for more than 2 years. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Hey Aaron, shout out to Aaron. I know this guy's been following me many years as well. The only position I wasn't in was that short, but I did close the short, by the way, so I'm now out of the short, just in spot. For me, it was like a scalp. And again, some people are going to be like, you didn't close the short. I'll show you that I closed the short, everybody. The short is closed. There's the position closed. So I closed out of that. So I'm back in zero position. I don't know. I would love to see capitulation. Don't get me wrong. I would absolutely love to see Bitcoin go to, I was envisioning, if we got capitulation, maybe a move to around 2,500 to 3K. But it's just becoming. It just seems somewhat less likely. I don't want to. I'm not bullish. Okay, so I'm not bullish. I'm just kind of neutral, I would say, at the moment. I'm a bit hesitant to like say exactly where this market's going with so much fundamentals affecting it at the moment. Not being a fundamental trader by any stretch of the imagination, only a technical trader, and having the market so influenced currently by fundamental news. It kind of makes me take a step back. If if you're in the group, okay, if you're a champion member, you'll know that I have taken somewhat of a step back from Bitcoin. Okay, so swing trades only. As you'll know, I've been swing trading it extremely well, but I'm not day trading it, and my main focus is day trading stocks right now. So I've been on the stock market heavily, because it's been really, really easy to trade. Bitcoin has been somewhat, Bitcoin, I'm not going to say it's been hard, but it's been more, it's been less predictable than what it's somewhat as normally been, but still tradable, absolutely. But for like medium term, I've cut somewhat trading it a little bit less than what I regularly do. Neo, you make me laugh. um, it's really, really true. Some people say that my services are too expensive, but I say it's kind of exactly what Neo says. But you have to learn to invest in yourself. If you can't invest in yourself, then I don't know what to say. And also, if you don't make your subscription fees back, I'm kind of somewhat surprised, because yeah, I I don't know, I would be surprised. Cool. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to say. So yeah, hello everybody. Nice to read through all the comments. Nice to see so many people here. And yeah, my opinion on Bitcoin is somewhat, I guess it's somewhat with the fundamentals. I want to say, like, fundamentally Bitcoin seems really bullish right now. Okay, it kind of does, because I believe that Bitcoin was made for this, to like fight the hyperinflation, to fight like the printing of money, to be somewhat of a safe haven, somewhat of a sort of stable coin. It's far from a stable coin, I know, but it just feels like fundamentally, from my limited knowledge, I'll be the first to say I've got like limited knowledge on the fundamentals, but I feel like fundamentally people are somewhat like taking a liking to Bitcoin, and see the potential that it has here. And I guess this is like represented in the chart, 76% wick to the lows, and it is obviously moving up here somewhat. It's remaining to be bullish. Okay, so I've obviously been moving up in this channel. Did lose it here, okay, which had me questioning, but you have to just kind of look at, I guess, like a really, really simple trend line. We could like take kind of like this as a trend line, okay, or just like a horizontal line where we had a bit of support, flip, resistance, and now it's support. Obviously now you've also taken out this trend line, so it's kind of was looking like this descending triangle that had a fake out and now has broken up bullishly. So it's kind of difficult to be bearish, I would say, on the shorter term. It's looking like it can definitely push up to these highs next, and then you'll be looking up to these highs. You'll be looking to 7,200, then you'll be looking up to 7,800 and even 8k. So that's obviously like crazy amounts away from here, but definitely doable. I do feel that it's definitely doable, to be honest. So that's kind of my viewpoint. So yeah, I'm not like euphoric bull. I'm not you like a euphoric bear at the moment. I'm just kind of neutral, trading it step by step, level to level. I'd say, like, you claim level X, you're going to level Y. You claim level Y, you're going to level Z. And that's how I trade. So I'm not saying we're going to go straight to 10,000. I'm not saying we're going to go straight to 2,000. I'm saying trade it level to level, level to level, level to level. That's a realistic and actually more consistent way to be a successful trader. Obviously I've done several challenges now. I done a 1 to 10 Bitcoin challenge. I done then a 2 to 20 Bitcoin challenge, and now I'm doing a 0.1 to 1 Bitcoin challenge. And you cannot do this. Is like using, for example, on my 1 to 10 Bitcoin challenge, this was like using no leverage. Okay, so it's obviously really easy to grow an account by doing one lucky trade. You could get someone that goes from 1 Bitcoin to 10 Bitcoin off of one trade, highly leveraged, and they just got lucky. But obviously, the way that I grow, and I've done it for the challenge to like just show people this is how you trade. It's all about the small gains that add up over time. It's all about the consistency as a trader. It's not about shooting for the moon, but it's about shooting for the little steps, and the gains they come to themselves. They just add up over time, and that's one of the worst ways one of the biggest ways that people lose a lot of money is because they get so greedy. Okay, so a mixture of reasons, in my opinion, why people lose so much money. Firstly, they just don't know what they're doing. They start trading when they have no idea what they're doing. Secondly, they just become overly greedy. Okay, so you might get people longing now. If let's say I entered a long position now, I would take profits at the highs. Okay, and I refer to like this high. Whereas some people are going to long here and they wouldn't be taking profits until 8k. If we went straight to 8k, would I be annoyed by taking profits at the high? Absolutely not. I would, obviously, if we both entered the same amounts, the guy that held his position all the way to 8k is going to have made more money than me. But I can say I traded it in a much more a much more sensible way, a much more of a way that I can say this is how a trader would trade, rather than a gambler, rather than like a hodler, for example, someone that just holds on to Bitcoin and buys Bitcoin. Like, I maximize profits on the way down, I maximize profits on the way up, and that's kind of my viewpoint as a trader, and why I think a lot of people lose money is the emotional side of trading, not so much the TA. It's the emotional side is really, 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 really massive, and that's kind of why I wanted to place this emphasis on psychology and the emotions of trading. And we have like some really professional write-ups, so we got some really nice and positive stuff going on. So absolutely, it's brilliant to see. But I suppose back to the TA, and there's not too much really that I wanted to say. I kind of have said everything. I just wanted to do a more of a quick live stream, I suppose, of just like giving a quick tip. I've already been speaking 28 minutes, I can see, but really this video wasn't meant to be an in-depth technical analysis. I didn't want to go live for an in-depth technical analysis. I wanted to go live more so to say, a few reasons, I suppose. I wanted to just go live for a little bit of a live reaction to the UK lockdown, how much it really did. It somewhat surprised me, and it somewhat made me think, people were not listening. Okay, so people in the UK really weren't listening to the stay-at-home rule. So it was not really a surprise in that regard, but it's kind of like, what's going on right here is really, really, really real. And I guess I just wanted to say to everybody, I hope that you all are very well. I hope that you all do take care of your families. And I suppose from a personal perspective, that it just goes to show, like, for me, it like really hits home. Like, you have to remember, I'm a guy that I came from nothing. Okay, so I really came from absolutely nothing as a person. I'm not going to try and say that I came from like the slums or anything, obviously not, but I came from very much like an average, totally average, lower class family, and so having this background where I literally have come from nothing to having, really decent amounts of money, so to speak. It's really like humbling somewhat to think, at the end of the day, everybody is acceptable to this. Everybody is affected by this. Literally everybody is affected by this. No amounts of money, as I kind of hinted at the start, like no amount of money can help you from this. So it's really, really hitting home. And I think it's a really good example of why you do need to come together as a community. Why firstly, community is so important, and having like a virtual family, virtual community, now even more so now you are forced to stay at home. And it's just somewhat really, really nice to see that. I don't know, sometimes I try and give like these somewhat motivational speeches. Like I'm sure I was going to try and go motivational there, but it's kind of like died. So where can I go from this? I don't think I've ever had so many comments come through in a live stream before. This is like pretty insane. But that's really, really nice indeed. But I cannot read all these comments. There's too much. Yeah, there's so many comments there. But yeah. I guess I can end by saying if anybody wants to play Call of Duty with me, you can add me add me on Call of Duty, because that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play some COD. I'm like not so interested in trying to. Obviously, I entered that sculpt at the start of the video, but well, that was from a preset bid. But I'm not actually so interested in trading this too much anymore. I'll probably wait till the morning till I get my next trade. I reckon we can stay stable here. I guess final words. I mean, my preferred scenario would be that we actually end up in a bigger range here. Okay, so a bigger range. But you know, it is looking somewhat bullish because of the fact we cannot seem to lose support, and because of the fact like this does keep getting bought up. You know, you have to remember, it's just really, really, really important to remain with a really open mind. The volume is still extremely low, so the volume is still extremely low. Let's not forget that. E.g., it doesn't require much money to do this to send it straight back down. You know, so you have to be. You know, this is why risk management. You know, risk management is so important right now. Risk management is highly important because of the fact you could literally just fall off of a cliff at any moment. But you know, as long as you have your risk management on point, there is no reason why you cannot be making money on these moves, because it's definitely tradable. Yeah, so I suppose yeah, add me on COD and we'll play some COD. Why not? Username is Danosaurus94. I'll write it in the chat. Add me on COD and we'll play some Warzone, I suppose. I don't really want to do any more technical analysis. Not that I've already done any here, but that was not the purpose of this video, really, to do any TA. So there you go. It was more one to say hello everybody, hope that you're all well. I wanted to kind of give an update because some people know that I've been like a little bit ill, but I am okay. I have not been tested for coronavirus, but I'm pretty certain I don't have it. So yeah, that's obviously good. And yeah, my family are okay as well. As you all know, like for me, family is the most important thing, period. And my family are thankfully okay. So yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of puts things into perspective as well for me. When you know, there's so much time spent every day. You know, I trade every day, and there's so much time spent on Bitcoin, so much time essentially just trying to make money and make money and make more money. It gets to a point where, like, you know, you don't need any more money, but you just keep on doing it. I'm definitely addicted to trading. I don't know if any of how well you know me, but 100% I can say I'm addicted to trading. I just can't stop. But it does kind of bring it into perspective somewhat, this coronavirus situation of, like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, family and life in general, like the human interactions that you have with people is so much more important than money. You know, there is obviously a greater thing out there than trading. Okay, so that's obviously really important to acknowledge, and times like this does bring it into perspective that you know, that there is this bigger thing than trading out there. But I suppose also I would say, like, so as people were saying earlier, like the opportunity now with trading is absolutely insane. Okay, so I'm not referring to opportunity as Bitcoin going up or down, trading it, but the opportunity that you have as being a trader. Because what I think the attraction to trading is, why it's so good, and this is kind of why I feel like doing these challenges, showing you the results that I have and have had, are so important. Because it's not like I'm just saying, you know, this is how I do technical analysis and I have zero proof, zero evidence that I can do it myself. But because I can show you the evidence, you know, because I can show you, you know, how I managed to totally change my life from to wishing I could have, you know, go out and do whatever I want, to actually being in a financial situation where I can do whatever I want if the government let me. But you know, to show you that progress, I think is really, I hope that it's inspiring, and it's kind of proof in the pudding that if you do put in the time, if you do put in the effort, you can make this a reality. And it is, for some people, like, it's going to be thrown into the deep end, and right now you could be in a situation where you trade or you bring home no money for your family. So that's pretty obviously emotionally that's going to be massive for you, and I imagine it's going to hinder, if anything, your trading. But it could make you excel. If you excel under pressure like I do, then it could make you excel. But you know, to have like this supportive group, yeah, I think is kind of really good. But Yeah, there you go. I'm not going to speak too much longer because honestly my throat is pretty sore. So I've been trying to limit how much I speak, and I kind of need to like lower my voice because yeah, it's pretty yeah, it's pretty sore, you know. Yeah, so I'll jump on COD, and if anyone wants to literally come and join me, then just add me and we'll play. Yeah, I play with a controller because I'm like a noob, right? These updates, man, so mad. I drink so much water, honestly. I drink so much water. It honestly doesn't do anything. It's since I've been to Brazil. To be honest. We got some people adding me. Let's go. So how do I do this? So invite to party. This is cool, playing with subscribers. Pretty cool. You're playing with a far from a professional COD player. I'm pretty decent at COD, I'd say. I'm pretty decent, but yeah, better at trading. You know, I'll show you while I'm waiting for some people to join the game. I'll show you some of the really funny comments that I have to like deal with. These are some like classic examples of the trolls. Okay, because it makes me laugh, so it's probably gonna make you lot laugh. I used to get really hung up on this and used to like really like kind of grind my gears, but now I just have to find a funny side because it is literally just relentless. So this is kind of the thing. This is the kind of stuff that I have to put up with. So this is pretty funny. It's not going to show, is it? Oh yeah, here we go. It does show. So obviously here's me with that, as you all just saw, like refreshing, like totally legit. And then I have people like this saying fee equals 0. You know, suggesting that this is like photoshopped. A lot of people try and say all my results are photoshopped. They're clearly not. I've shown so many video evidence that it's not photoshopped, but people love to say there is. And this guy this was the latest guy that tried it, and then I like instantly blocked it. You know, because I just don't have the time to say to people, but I instantly block everyone. But that's the most things that people say now, is that my results are like photoshopped. People love that one at the moment. Where was that video? Well, if you go through my my thing, you'll see, yeah, like how can you Photoshop these videos? You know, there's a 7.1 Bitcoin profit in literally a day. You know, you cannot Photoshop this. But anyway, that's the main thing that people are trying to hate on me now for. But you know, it's relentless. It really is. So you do have to. I think this is like one thing that I learned this year, that you just have to like ignore the haters and kind of laugh at them and have fun with them. As you all know, like my seriousness on Twitter has gone down somewhat. Oh, this could be quite funny. One second. Hola mi amor, ¿cómo estás? Estoy haciendo un livestream. Te amo mi amor. Ciao. That's pretty funny. Someone, well, my fiance phones me. Hello, how are you? I say I'm in a live stream. She says, okay, bye. She's really good. So this is the thing. Obviously, she you know, in it, luckily enough, we're in like a situation where if we didn't want to, we'd never ever have to work another day in our lives, sort of thing. But Yeah, she's actually a nurse at the nurse for the NHS. So right now, you know, working, saving people's lives, I think is really, really crazy. Kind of. If it was me, I must say that I probably wouldn't be going to work. If I'm honest, I wouldn't be going out if I had the option of staying home. But she's like, yeah, she's pretty amazing, to be honest. So she's like a nurse for the NHS, and she loves it. Obviously, she loves it. But yeah, I can safely say that I would be telling them no. But I guess that's kind of what I guess nurses like helping people, and now this is a good time to help people. But yeah, that's pretty. Shout out to her, because I can safely say I've told her don't go in, but she goes in, and if we have coronavirus together, we have coronavirus together, you know. I'm self-isolating though, so well, somewhat self-isolating. I'm staying, basically I'm just staying at home trading and playing computer games. That's literally my life at a normal day though. You'll have to tell me, guys, how the volume is. I don't know whether this is like too loud or too quiet or what. I'm gonna try and like mute my. I think I'm gonna mute my mic shortly because I don't want to kind of speak anymore. You can just watch if you want to watch, or just like come off the stream if you want to come off the stream. You know. Name on COD is Danosaurus94. Obviously, I'm on crossplay, so you could be on Xbox, PS4, whatever. I'm on PC, but. Yeah, but that's kind of the end of the technical analysis. I'm not going to do any more here.
Training is over. Time to see what you have learned.
So let's go. Let's go, team. I'm going to turn the volume down slightly from my end. Don't like it so hard. I normally cannot play without a headset, so I like to have a headset so I can actually hear the footsteps of people. We'll just try and get some action. Let's go, man. Getting that RPG totally right now. Come on, let's have some fights. Let's go. I need some ammo. Let's go kill this guy, team. Vamos. Yeah, I'm gonna be speaking a little bit less because my throat needs some rest. Let's go.
Teammate has entered the
No!
earned the weapon. Stand by.
Where is this guy? Oh wow! I thought he was. I thought. I thought he was my teammate. I'm so dumb. I thought that was my teammate. You know. Oh, well, I like this thing. Like this is the one-on-one place. Literally thought that was my teammate though. Yeah, the stream looks really laggy, which is a bit weird because normally my stream is not laggy.
Words are effective, but rocks work better. The fight begins.
I'm really sorry that it looks really laggy, by the way.
Fight, you're next.
I could try and sort it, but there's no point now, is there?
You win this fight and you return to the front line, but if you lose, you're done. Earn your way out.
Hijo de puta! Yeah, man. Swear I just saw an LMG. I'm a lone wolf.
Next objective located.
We're in the safe zone. Get ready for incoming.
I hear this box, but I can't work out where it is.
Here I go. Move it.
You'll have to give me updates on what Bitcoin's doing, because I'm like not looking right now. It's literally doing nothing.
Next objective located.
It's just gone sideways basically, so that's pretty nice. But honestly, that is the way though that you grow accounts. It's not too hard. You just have to be really really like take it slow and steady. Don't try and just go all out.
Primary objective accomplished. All supply boxes found.
Oh, what is this? I need to get my team. Yeah, the stream for me looks like it's really laggy, so I'm not actually sure if it is for everybody. I hope that it's not like really laggy, but it looks like it is, to be honest. Looks really, really, really laggy in my opinion.
Do you hear me? No. Can you hear me?
Nice dead silence. Oh wow.
Friendly drop back headed your way.
Do you hear me?
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
Daniel, you hear him?
Leroy Jenkins. I would do that with more of a shout, but I literally can't.
I'll drive.
I'll ride if you cover. I'll take that.
Losing ground.
I will come along. I'll ride along. I'll take that. I'll ride along.
Oh, we are in the open right now. Oh, we are gonna die.
Behind.
I'm sorry, random. I'm really sorry, but I'm running for my life. That was a really bad mistake by me. I should never have parked that car there. I am very sorry indeed. 1 second.
Your teammate is in the gulag now. If they survive, they redeploy. Set a drop point for your team. Gas is closing. Get to the new safe zone. Your teammate lost the fight. Now they return to base. Last chance. Kill or be killed. We lost that one. We'll come back stronger next time.
Do you hear me?
Oops, I had it on mute. um, I don't know how I unmute people, but I think the majority of, I'm not sure why. I'm trying to work out why it's like the stream is so laggy, because it's really laggy. Trying to work out why. I'm not really too sure. Have you ever been to Slovenia? Yeah, I have been to
I
Slovenia,
think it's mute.
and it's really nice. So Slovenia, where are some photos of me in Slovenia? This is Slovenia. Really cool place. I think I have another one somewhere. There's the chart champions meet up. Shout out. I have more photos than that, I thought. Oh yeah, this is Lake Bled, of course. But my favourite place? Peru. Peru's amazing. Anyway, I'm gonna play some more, but I'm just gonna like mute my mic because my voice, I just need to like save it. I'm speaking, but I said I might put on my headset, so I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to get out this bed hair again. But it's so much easier for me to play COD with a headset on. It's really hard to play Call of Duty with no headset. I'm telling you, I would like to get a haircut, but I'm just unable to right now because of Senor Chroma. How do I mute my teammates? To the question of did I learn through books or through a mentor, I learned through self teaching, I suppose. So through a lot of books, a lot of videos, and a lot of like practice. So I'm a very like what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, I'm I'm really good at like teaching myself. So I taught myself like Spanish as well, all through like practice really, and just like getting out there and doing it. Yeah. It's really hard. These are like sound cancelling or something. Oh, let's go.
in front of us. Front. Southwest. Building. Maybe ground war?
domination. Capture and defend the ball. Securing it. Personal radar drone ready for escort. Assist your team at me. Hostiles taking Alpha. Taking Charlie. Need backup at Bravo. Securing Charlie. Located a B. Enemy holding point. We're taking Alpha. Taking Bravo. Securing Alpha. Enemy UAV over. Got a personal. Securing C. Enemy UAV overhead. Run out, stand by. Securing Alpha. We're taking Bravo. Securing Charlie. Securing Bravo. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy personal radar in the air. Securing Bravo. We're taking Bravo. Securing Securing halfway down, step it up. We're on Bravo, stand by. Got a personal radar drone ready for escort. We're taking Bravo. Cruise missile incoming. Got a personal radar drone. Securing Bravo. Securing Alpha secure. Copy. Backward through. Chopper gunner on approach. Securing them. Strike incoming. Take cover. Securing Bravo. Assist your team at Alpha. Securing Bravo. Losing Alpha. Enemy Wilson deployed. Securing Bravo. Strike incoming. Capture the flag. Capture the enemy flag. Reloading. Personal radar drone ready. Reloading. Target down. I'm hit. Cluster strike ready. Find our flag. Move. Take the enemy flag. Our flag has been returned. Cover that flag. Let's go.
This is Builder 2-0, good copy. Cluster strike away.
Copy. Falcon 3 en route for personal radar coverage. Enemy flag down! Enemy flag return! Our flag is safe.
Enemy at the rock shop.
Flag taken!
Cameras down. Get the infantry.
Enemy flag down! Enemy UAV overhead!
Firing.
Enemy flag return to base! Find our flag! Falcon 3-0. Personal radar depleted. Recalling to base. Personal radar drone ready. They captured our flag. Set. Copy. Falcon 3 en route for personal radar coverage.
Enemy at the center.
Reloading! Enemy precision airstrike inbound. Take cover. Less than a minute. We're low on time. Get it on. Falcon 3-0. First. Cluster strike ready.
Enemy at the rock shop.
Enemy flag taken. Drop that flag.
Calling the fire.
Drop that flag back.
Roger, moving 1-2. Cameras visual on that.
30 seconds. Get moving. Personal radar drone. Allied cruise missile on the way.
Still hot. You want to go? Cameras down. Get the infantry.
Get ready. We're Halftime. Capture the flag. Capture the enemy flag.
Following you.
Reloading.
Enemy at the stronghold.
Find our flag. Move.
Reloading.
The enemy dropped our flag. Get our flag back. We have the enemy flag. We dropped the enemy flag. Enemy flag, return to base.
Contact.
They captured our flag. Personal radar drone ready. Fire me, 3-1.
Enemy at the crossroads.
Cover that flag. Let's go. Enemy care package inbound. The enemy dropped our flag. Our flag has been returned.
Enemy at the cave entrance.
Target down.
Personal radar drone ready. We have the enemy flag. Enemy flag down. Enemy flag return to base.
Roger, Demon 1-2. Hammer is visual on that position.
Enemy counter UAV online.
Target there. Shot.
Recover that flag. Let's go.
Enemy at the drone crash.
The enemy dropped our flag. Our flag has been returned. Enemy UAV overhead. Recover that flag.
Enemy
Let's
at
go.
the ruck shop.
Reloading. Stand by.
I see movement.
Less than a minute. Time is running
Enemy at
out.
the stone
Now or
bridge.
never. Enemy position extract inbound. Take cover. Enemy dropped our flag. Enemy flag. Hands up. Keep moving. Find our flag. Move. Enemy dropped our flag. Get our flag back. Drop that flag.
Reloading.
up that flag back. That's from the loss. Adapt. Capture the flag. Capture the enemy flag and
Contact.
return to base.
Throwing grenade.
Enemy flag taken. Let's go.
Flash out.
Recover that flag. Let's go. Got their flag back.
Grenade. Reloading. Taking fire.
Radar drone ready. Get our flag back. They captured our flag. Reset. Personal radar drone ready. Recover that flag. Let's go. Recover that flag. Let's go. Enemy UAV overhead. Captured our flag. Reset.
Copy. Jaguar 3-0 en route for personal radar coverage. Jaguar 3-0, personal radar single fuel, recalling to base.
Recover that flag. Let's go. Got the enemy flag. Got the enemy flag.
Enemy at the container.
Enemy flag. Got the enemy flag. They got their flag back. They captured our flag. Reset. We're losing ground. Let's take it back. Half time. Capture the flag. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy personal radar in the air. Capture the enemy flag and return to base. Recover that flag. Let's go. Drop our flag. Get our flag back. They captured our flag. Reset.
Enemy at the cargo.
The enemy dropped our flag.
I've got movement.
Friendly shield turret deployed. Get our flag back. They captured our flag. Reset. Get our flag back. Captured our flag. Reset. Objective failed. Report for debrief. Active bomb on Alpha. Move in. We're not done yet. Make it happen. We have assets in the field. Defending them is critical. Enemy bomb at Bravo. Go now. Their confidence grows. Use it against them. Critical assets identified. Keep them secure. Enemy bomb at Bravo. Go now. One round means nothing. Prepare to fight. Switching sides. Retrieve the bomb. Destroy your targets. We have the bomb. Attack the weapon caches. minute remaining. You have the bomb. Go. We're planting the bomb. Secure the area. 30 seconds. We're out of time. Move. Bomb planted. Begin countdown. Maintain pressure. Next round, we crush them. Targets identified. Capture the bomb and engage. We have the bomb. Attack the weapon caches. One minute remaining. Thirty seconds. We're out of time. Move. Raise your weapon. We're not finished yet. Targets identified. Capture the bomb. We have the bomb. Attack the weapon caches. We're planting the bomb. Secure the area. Bomb planted. Begin countdown. That is the way. On to the next round. Switching sides. Critical assets identified. Keep them secure. One minute remaining. Thirty seconds. Out of time. Move. Enemy UAV overhead. Move it. Defuse successful. Bomb disabled. That is the way. On to the next round. We have assets in the field. Defending them is critical. One minute remaining. Enemy personal radar overhead. 30 seconds. We are out of time. Move. Die for their mission, so be it. Critical assets identified. Keep them secure. One minute remaining. Friendly shield turret deployed. Seconds. 1 minute. We are out of time. Move. Friendly shield turret deployed. Active bomb on Bravo. 2 minutes. The fuse has been pulled. Good work. 1 round finished. Do not let them breathe. Switching sides. Retrieve the bomb. Destroy your targets. We have the bomb. Attack the weapon caches. One minute remaining. Raise your weapon. We're not finished yet. Retrieve the bomb. Destroy your targets. We have the bomb. Attack the weapon caches. 1 minute remaining. We are out of time. Move. Planting bomb on target. Keep eyes open. Bomb planted. Countdown. Yours the last. Fight or die. We have a personal radar drone ready for entry. Mission accomplished. Regroup. Return to base.